London is a city full of history, culture, shopping, and, of course, some amazing markets. During my visit to London in May 2015, I decided to explore three of the city's most famous markets: Portobello Market, Camden Market, and Covent Garden Market. In this video, I'll take you along on my journey, starting from Putney and travelling around London by public transport. Three famous markets, three completely different experiences. From antiques and vintage treasures at Portobello, to the colourful and alternative atmosphere of Camden, and finally the historic charm and street performance of Covent Garden. So come along with me as I revisit my London adventure from May 2015. My first destination was Portobello Market in the famous Notting Hill area. I started my journey from Putney, travelling by tube towards Portobello Market. As I made my way through London, I was already looking forward to seeing one of the city's most famous markets. Portobello Road is well known for its colourful buildings, antique shops, vintage goods, and lively market atmosphere. When I arrived, I started walking along Portobello Road, taking in the sights and sounds around me. There was so much to see, from antiques and collectibles to clothing, souvenirs, and all kinds of interesting items. It was a great place just to walk around, look at the stalls, and experience the atmosphere. After exploring Portobello, my London market adventure continued with another famous destination, Camden Market. For this journey, I travelled from Putney to Camden by bus. Travelling by bus gave me a chance to see more of London along the way rather than travelling underground. When I arrived in Camden, the atmosphere was completely different from Portobello. Camden is colourful, energetic, and full of character. There were shops and market stalls selling clothes, souvenirs, artwork, crafts, and many unusual items. And of course, there was plenty of food from different parts of the world. One of the things I enjoyed most about Camden was simply walking around and looking at the colourful shop fronts and interesting displays. Camden Market is not just a place for shopping. It's also a place to experience a very different side of London. The colourful buildings, creative designs, street food, and people from all over the world created a lively atmosphere. I spent time walking around, filming the surroundings, and taking in the sights. There always seemed to be something interesting around the next corner. For me, Camden had a much more alternative and youthful character compared with Portobello. But my visit to Camden didn't stop at the market. While I was in Camden Town, I also walked over to Camden Lock, which was nearby. This turned out to be another interesting part of my visit. I explored the StablesMarket, where there were plenty of food stalls, clothing, souvenirs, trinkets, and other interesting things to browse. There was also a fascinating tunnel decorated with statues of horses. The horse statues were a reminder of the area's connection with its past, and they made the tunnel quite an interesting place to walk through. outside, I found a very different scene. There were lots of modern art installations set up around the area. The combination of the old and the new was really interesting. You could see historic reminders of Camden's past alongside colourful and modern works of art. While I was at Camden Lock, I also stopped for a short while to watch the lock in operation. It was fascinating to see how the lock works as boats move through the canal. I took some time just to watch the boats and enjoy the atmosphere around the lock. After all the walking and exploring, it was nice to slow down for a moment and simply take in the surroundings. For me, this was one of the memorable moments of my Camden visit because it wasn't just about shopping. It was also about experiencing the canal, the boats, the architecture, the artwork, and the atmosphere of Camden. My third market was Covent Garden. Again, I travelled from Putney by bus. As the bus took me towards central London, I could enjoy the scenery and see parts of the city along the way. Eventually, I arrived at Covent Garden. The atmosphere here was different again. Covent Garden has a more historic and elegant feeling, with its beautiful market buildings, shops, restaurants, and cafes. But one of the things that really makes Covent Garden special is its street entertainment. There were performers entertaining the crowds, creating a wonderful atmosphere around the market. Looking back at my visit, what I remember most is how different the three markets were. Portobello Market had its antiques, vintage treasures, and colourful Notting Hill surroundings. Camden Market was energetic, creative, and full of unusual shops, food, and colourful displays. And Covent Garden combined history, shopping, restaurants, and fantastic street entertainments. Three markets, but three completely different experiences. If I asked you to choose just one of these three London markets, which one would you pick? Would it be the colourful and historic Portobello Market, the lively and alternative Camden Market, or the elegant and entertaining Covent Garden? I'd love to know which one would be your favourite. My visit to these three famous London markets was one of the memorable parts of my trip in May 2015. What I enjoyed was not just visiting the markets themselves, but also the journey getting there. Travelling from Putney by tube to Portobello and by bus to Camden and Covent Garden gave me the opportunity to experience London as I travelled from one part of the city to another. Looking back at the footage today brings back many memories of my time in London. And although this trip took place back in 2015, I hope this video gives you a glimpse of what my London market adventure was like. If you enjoyed coming along with me on this journey, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell for more travel videos. And don't forget to leave a comment below. Which of these 3 London markets would you most like to visit? Portobello, Camden, or Covent Garden? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next travel adventure. Bye!